Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we're going to talk about the chart widget and all elements that you can configure on the chart widget. So let's go. We are now on the platform again in our building monitoring workspace, and we have our power consumption device that we used last time, and we are going to continue using it this time to showcase the chart and all of the functionality that we have in it. So we add chart widget. And in here, again, you have different tabs that show different things: basic, data, appearance, access, time frame, and reference line. So I'm gonna go through all of them. In this case, I am going to give it a title already because I already know that I'm going to make an energy consumption chart. And in data, you are able in the global dashboard to select your data sources. So in here, you can select which device you want to display. In this case, I'm just going to select one single device. I only have one power consumption device in this workspace. So I'm going to select the device and I'm going to select the field that I want to share. In this case, I want to share the active energy import in kilowatt hour because that's the power consumption field. And as you can see right now, it's shown almost like a flat line in black. You have then absolute and change, which I'm going to go back to in a moment, but we want the absolute value of this field. The absolute is exactly the values as they come, and we are going to label it as consumption in kilowatt hour. You can select a label, and that is going to be shown underneath the graph, and that's the name of the line, so to say. And because you can select more than one data source, if you would select a second one, for example, you can then have several data sources in one single chart. And in here you have again interpolation type. I'm not going to go super deep into it. Most of the time we use linear, but we have more than one interpolation type. And you can select the axis and the y-axis. And in this case, because we only have one data source, we have one axis. The more data source we add, the more axes appear in here. And I'm going to add a second source that I am going to use to display the change of the power consumption. So I'm going to select again the same device. I could be selecting a different field in this case, but I'm going to select the exact same one. And instead of selecting absolute, I'm going to select change, and I'm going to select bar chart. And in this case, because I want them to be shown as little bulks that are going to display whether the changes were positive or negative. It's again a linear interpolation. The label, well, we can select a color as well. And as you can see, now we have a second axis. I'm going to select that one because we will see that the ranges are very, very different from one and the other one. And now you can see in here the line with the consumption and the line with the change. In here as label, I will select change, and now you see that we have our chart. Very beautiful. We go to appearance now, and I'm going to show you what options we have now. We created a show button to export current view, and that's this little thing that we have now in the corner, and that allows a user, even in the public view of the dashboard, to download the file with the data points that are displayed in the chart widget. That means that they will be able to download a CSV file with consumption and with change, and it will have in the first column the timestamp. And you also have now an allow time frame selection on dashboard, which is a very beloved feature now, and that allows people to select different time frames, which we are going to see later on, to which we display the data. We are right now seeing nothing, but we will go back to it. Now, we also have a hide background, which allows you to, as you can see, When you select it, the background of the card gets removed, and you can display your chart in a void, or you can set the card and it will be displayed in the white card. And you can now also hide the last update. That's also a very requested feature before, and we added it. Some people don't want to have this when was the last time that the device sent data, so you can hide it now. We're gonna leave it for now. And as always, we have tint color and highlight color. The tint color is the card color. In this case, you can personalize your dashboards as you want, and you can give them colors and make them as you want. The highlight is the title of the chart, and you can also select which color you want to give. So default is black and the card is white. Now we're gonna go to the axis, which is another fun part to configure. And in here, you're going to see our 2 axes, and you will see that you can change the orientation of the axis. You can give it a unit. In this case, for example, kilowatt hour. You can hide the axis. Sometimes it's very useful because you have a lot of data sources and you have a lot of access, and all of them are more or less the same. So you want to hide all of them and just leave one. Or you can also completely hide all of them to give your chart a very neat look, as you can see now. And you can also select auto domain, which we also love. This takes the biggest and the lowest, so the maximum and the minimum data points, and it generates then the limits for the y-axis based on that. You can also give a manual domain. That's basically it. You can also hide the X grid, which is these little lines, the horizontal lines that you see on the chart. We usually leave them. They are very nice as reference as well to be able to see where we are. And you can also change the date format. That's also something that gets shown underneath, so in here. And because we are going to set the default to be daily, a daily chart as default, we want to show here hours. So we will leave it like that. And now we go to the time frame. And the time frame is allowing you to display the exact window of time that you want to show. So in here, as I said, I wanted to set a daily chart as default. And when I go to custom, I clicked on daily and then I clicked on custom, and now this opens, and you see now that you can select a from and until, in this case 24 hours ago until now, with a resolution of an amount of minutes or an amount of hours. And in this case, it looks quite good. I don't want to put such a pressure on the chart to fetch a lot of data points. So be very careful and mind that when you select a time frame, that it makes sense, that the resolution makes sense, and that you're not putting such pressure. If you select a very big window of time in here with a very low resolution, the performance of your dashboard will be suffering. So take care of that. Then you can select a time zone. In this case, we are in Europe Standard Time. You can select your own, and this will take the and until from your own time zone. And we also have an aggregation function. So because of what I explained before, that you can select until with a resolution, what the platform does is that it chunks the data in these windows of resolution time, and it calculates an average, a minimum, or a maximum. So in this case, it's an average, and we're gonna leave it like that. And we can save the chart. And now we can see that we have our beautiful consumption chart widget on the dashboard. So we're going to save that. And that's it. Now you can change also the size of it. You can change the position of it. You can create more than one. And because we have the selection in here, you can change the resolution or the view to 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, a month, or a custom time frame. So it's very useful. It's very intuitive. and now you have seen how to use the chart widget. And I hope this video was useful. I hope it was informative. And I hope you had fun watching it. Please leave a comment underneath and let us know what else you want to see in the next videos. So see you in the next one and stay tuned.